Hey, um, this is another rant video. Uh, it was definitely not supposed to be the video that's going up on the channel right now. Um, I was supposed to edit and upload a Eons video, which I am editing and it will be uploaded, but I'm moving a lot slower on it. I'm still dealing with a little bit of the burnout, trying to get back into the groove of creating content. But what I wanted to talk about in today's video is being lonely, right? Being alone. So, if you watch my streams or you follow me on like Twitter or you're in even in if you're in or even if you're in the Discord, um I am a very, I don't want to say lonely person, but like in genuine speaking terms, I'm a very lonely person. I love being alone. I like living alone. I like, you know, not having a large group of friends. I like the fact that my friends are all like online because that means that if I want to take a break, I can. Um, if I want to disappear, there's no worry that like someone's gonna come to my house to check on me. As weird as that sounds, um, I don't know. I'm just a very reserved and like to keep to myself when it comes to socializing, in a sense. And I really, really enjoy not having friends. As weird as it sounds, a lot of people naturally, humans crave intimacy. They crave connection. They crave, and not like romantic or sexual intimacy, just like intimacy in general. Um and you know, I don't I'm not even going to get into like the whole romantic dating scene. That stuff doesn't matter. But like when it comes to like friendships, I don't crave the intimacy. I don't crave the human connection often. I won't say that I never do, cuz it's not like I have zero friends. Like I'd say, "Oh, I don't have any friends," but like I do online, you know. Like it's not like I never talk to anybody. There was a good like 2 years that the only person I talked to was Vox, but you know, things have changed and I've made friends and I love the friends I have. But there is something very almost dystopian about only having friends on the internet, because you reach times like today where, I spent some time with family. I, played a little bit of some games. I edited a little bit. I cleaned up around the house. I had a nice day. And now it's almost 2 in the morning and I feel alone. I feel lonely. I feel like I'm missing something. And I feel uncomfortable just laying down and going to sleep because I'm not tired. I feel uncomfortable working out because I don't want to be at home. But then I feel uncomfortable leaving the house because I'm not going to be with anybody. Like if I leave the house, I'd just be alone and I could go on a walk. And I love walks, but like I'm just not in the mood to. And it's not that I don't want to work out. It's not that I don't want to go to sleep. It's not that I don't want to walk. It's I don't want to be alone right now. As weird as that sounds, I want, if I'm going to leave the house, I want to be able to go on a walk with a friend. But all my friends are online, so I can't. I don't know, maybe I want to go skating. And typically, I do skate either early in the morning or late at night because I have anxiety and I don't want people to watch me do it. But if I go right now, I'll just be alone. And it feels like because I have this feeling of loneliness, no matter what I do, I'm doing it to escape my feelings. And that makes me not want to do them because that's one thing I don't do is run from my feelings. As I try not to. I try my best not to. And I mean, sometimes you can only do so much. But it's really weird because I want to, the urge to like get on social media and find people to become friends with. The urge to reconnect with old friends from like high school. It's there, but it's just I know that if I do, it will only last so long before I like block them or ghost them or unadd them on whatever. Like I know that I won't stick around and it'll be a waste of time. And you could argue that it wouldn't be a waste of time because I would be getting some enjoyment from it. Hopefully they would be getting some enjoyment from it and I'm doing it for a reason. But then what is that reason for enjoyment? Well, what if this person like really enjoys the time together and they want to stay friends? Well, now I just, you know, I don't want to say used someone, but I might have made them feel a little shitty about themselves because of my own issues. And I mean, that's a big reason why I have shifted from somebody who was extremely social in middle school and high school to someone who is extremely antisocial. So I would unadd them or I would block them or I would just ghost them. And I got really used to that. And I like it. I love it. I'm like, I think it was the best choice, but it just, part of me regrets it because there's a lot of people that never got an explanation. There's a lot of people that, as weird as this sounds and as self-centered as it sounds, realistically, there's a large amount of people probably that still think of me. A large amount of people that probably think, I wonder what happened to him. I wonder how he's doing. And the reason I know that is because occasionally, if I'm going to the store or I'm going on a walk or I'm riding to the skate park, I'll run into somebody that I haven't talked to in a really long time. And then I leave that engagement and I feel empty because as much as I want to share that, as much as I want to share those feelings and I want to be that excited to see this person that realistically I have thought about once or twice and I have, remembered them, I don't miss them. I don't want to reconnect with them. And it's not someone that it's never someone that like I just really didn't like a lot of times it's people that I got along with. A lot of times it's genuine old friends, like people that I was close friends with. And I feel guilty. I don't know why I feel guilty because everyone's, entitled to live their life the way they want. And it's not like I'm lying to these people, but it just feels wrong because I'm so different. Because everybody else wants to connect. They want to talk. They want to catch up. They want to have friends. And I don't. I just don't. And I would love to reconnect with a lot of these people from school, just from old internet friendships, from old IRL friendships. But I can't for some reason. My brain won't let me. And it's like it sounds really sad, but it's just the feeling of loneliness. That's all it is. Everyone deals with it at some point. Everyone is going to feel alone. Everyone's going to be lonely, even the people who prefer to be alone. And a lot of people when like meeting me like when talking to people on the internet or, people in real life when we run into each other at the store and they're like, oh, like we used to talk, what happened? And I just explained that like I prefer to be alone. A lot of people ask that, aren't you lonely? And that question always sits with me because out of reflex I say no, because I'm not. I mean, if I think about it logically, if I was lonely I would go look for connection. I would go to like, I don't know how people socialize. I'd find ways to do it though, What, do people still go to like coffee shops? I mean, I'm 21 now. If I really was that lonely, I would go to a bar. I'd go meet some people at a bar, even though I don't drink. Like, so of course I'm not lonely. And for the majority of the time, I don't feel lonely. I'm just alone, which feels nice. But once I'm done answering the questions and no, and I'm finished talking to them and I'm on my way home, it like echoes in my head. Aren't you lonely? You're not lonely? How do you do that without feeling lonely? Don't you feel lonely? How are you not lonely? It's like I am? That's the harsh reality. Is that a lot of times I do feel lonely. And I just don't know how to answer it. I've never been able to come with a concise answer because no, I'm not lonely. most of the time, but when I am lonely, I feel so incredibly alone. And it's not like I don't have people to talk to or like spend time with, you know. I could go hang out with my dad, my family. I could go see Vox, you know. Go spend like a day or two hanging out with somebody, hang out with like my brother and his friends. But a lot of times I just don't enjoy that. And I don't know why. I don't know why I am the way I am. And I know a lot of this is me just repeating myself and walking in circles, but it's how I feel and it's the best way I can describe it. And it's not how I currently feel. Because sadly, currently, I feel insanely alone. Before I started recording, what made me want to record is the fact that I was laying in bed thinking of the things I could do to not feel so uncomfortable. And for some reason, the one thing that kept like repeating in my head, it's like I could hang out with somebody, but who would I hang out with? And then I started, you know, thinking about old friendships, people that I was never able to become friends with because I cut that relationship short. You know, we meet, we hang out once or twice, and then I just ghost them. Started thinking about all the opportunities that I missed when I was younger, you know, to go to parties, to go to, you know, like after school events, to go on field trips, to meet people. And just part of me is like, kind of fucking sucks, you know, that I never did that. But I kind of the way that I usually get through that is I think about it and I think about the fact that how will I feel tomorrow? How will I feel next week? How will I feel next month? Because chances are not too long from now this feeling will pass and I will go back to not wanting to be social, not wanting to have friends, not wanting to connect to anybody. But right now is right now. Right now is not the future, and I want to face these feelings. Am I able to change them or do anything about them? No. Not at the moment, at least. There's no permanent fix other than changing my physiology, and I can't do that. And then you get into when being alone, you start thinking about things that you don't normally think about. Like, I mean, I don't want to get too dark, but like I start to think like sorry for myself. Cause I mean, like I just think about things like if I'm saying like a lot, but I think about things similar to what if I was in the hospital? You know, what if my health got really bad again, like it did when I was younger, and I ended up in the hospital? I'd probably name 3 people that would visit me. That kind of hurts because I know why it's such a small amount of people. You know, but just it just it hurts to think that if genuinely, if I was in some sort of danger or at some sort of risk, there's a chance that there'd be about 4 people that would come and see me. And it makes you feel really unloved, which is a strange feeling. I don't know how many of you come from stable homes, but there's this weird feeling you get in your chest when you feel like nobody loves you or cares about you. And it almost feels like a 50-pound stone is set on your chest and you're tied with your hands and legs. And you can't move. You can't roll the stone off of you. It's hard to breathe. And you're just screaming into the void, hoping that someone will come and help you. But you know, deep down, you know, no one will come and help you. And it's a little bit dark. It's a little bit morbid, but that's just genuinely how it feels sometimes. And then you also get into times where my mental health may get bad, you know. I understand that talking to someone is usually the best thing to do, but who am I going to talk to? It's just weird. It's a weird feeling. It's a weird emotion. Loneliness. Yeah, that's the talk. That's my rant for today. Not much else I want to talk about. I'm gonna I'm gonna go downstairs and take a shower. Get rid of this icky feeling. Get rid of this nasty layer of muck off my skin. I'll see you guys next time. you haven't eaten or drinking anything in the past 6 to 8 hours, please, please make sure you do so. Take care of yourselves. That being said, be nice to each other, be nice to yourselves, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.